getting COVID. Will that finally convince politicians that they ought to invest in science, that they ought to invest in medical care globally?
A very, very good question. I hope it does. That's what we can say. It actually brings to you the reality of see, a number of things happen when a person gets COVID or gets close to COVID, as much as this, where either gets infected or a relative close to. But, when you say, okay, will it make anybody think? But everybody practically has had heart attacks, or a near and dear one. I won't say everybody's had a heart attack, but someone close to us, whether it's me, whether it's you, someone close to us has already had a problem. And we know of many people who have had problems. Of the policy makers and the regulators, many of them have had heart problems. And does it change anything? I think it has to be a will and a vision, understanding that healthcare as a whole, and you don't need COVID to tell you that. It exists. A cancer occurs in so many people who yourself and around you. Heart attacks continue to occur. Hypertension and strokes continue to occur. All infections is the last. It's so much of it is happening that people are dying from the biggest killer, the second biggest killer, and the third biggest killer are all non-communicable disorders. Yeah. And they kill your dear and dear ones. And if realization was to come, it comes from healthcare, and saying healthcare of a country is perhaps the most important aspect to be looked at. If a country is healthy, the nation grows. If the country nation grows, it grows with positivity. And if health of the nation has to be looked at very meticulously. Unfortunately, we've left everything a bit too late. It actually therefore needs something which needs correction would actually take a few years. It cannot be changed in a couple of years. No policies and no regulations will transform it in any manner, apart from actually believing that over 10 years' time, if there's a will, there's a way, we will see a new healthcare for this country, because the will and the vision has to be there. I certainly believe to tell you frankly, I certainly believe that the Ayushman Bharat has been a wonderful thing for at least providing that there is a reality which can be moved forwards. There's a reality on a path which we can take forwards. We still have to define that path year by year. We still have to sit down with every stakeholder to define it in a much better manner. But at least this all-round reality exists. It has good leadership. And I believe that can what transform the path, not in 2-3 years. I think that's a small time frame. And if it's going to be 2-3 years to define it, then it could be a shortcut. But if somebody tells me that can this path be defined over a 7 to 10 year period to transform the healthcare of this country, yes, it can be defined, because till now, we've only lived in default strategies of healthcare provision in this country. At least we have a firmer path and a vision ahead for defining healthcare delivery.